Both political parties have just announced that they will do nothing to curb house prices. In fact, post-election, they are suggesting that house prices are only going to grow further. And what are the major infrastructure projects that you need to be aware of to know where to buy and where not to buy? Okay, if you're interested in one or both of these topics, keep watching. My name's PK and I help people build passive income through property investing using the Property Investment Accelerator mentorship program without needing a $15,000 buyer's agent every single time. We use data. All right. And guys, this channel exists to help you with three things. The first thing is Australian property. Second thing is Australian economy, global economy. And the third thing is financial happiness. If you're interested in these things, hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I'd be super appreciative. Now, this channel is politically agnostic, but we both know that political parties, they don't try to bring house prices down. In fact, check this out. Labour pledges support for 10,000 regional home buyers, okay? They're trying a political stunt whereby they're saying that we're making it more affordable for people to get their foot in the door in regional areas across Australia. But the way they are doing this is actually going to make regional property prices rise even more. So check this out. If you've lived in a regional area for 12 months, or you're a first home buyer, they are saying that you won't need lender's mortgage insurance even if you just put a 5% deposit down, okay? Normally you need to put 20% deposit down to avoid lender's mortgage insurance, and that way people, a lot of first home buyers, they don't buy property, which is a shame. Now they're saying that lender's mortgage insurance won't be applicable all the way down to 5% deposit. So what's going to happen, all these people that couldn't afford before because they didn't have big enough deposits are now going to get into the market. It's not that prices have come down. The government is just allowing them a bigger loan, a bigger mortgage, all right? As long as they can afford it, of course. What that means is that there's further or more fuel in regional house prices fire. Okay, and now what I'm going to do for the rest of the video is I'm going to take you through 3 or 4 key major infrastructure projects to tell you which regions are going to be most impacted by these combination of political actions and also infrastructure projects, and also which capital city pockets you should be buying or more likely you should be avoiding. Okay, so stick with me. If you're getting value, subscribe. This is what I'm going to be referring from CoreLogic, Construction Monthly, great periodical. You should check this out. And it tells you basically the key projects that are going on across Australia. It's very important to interpret them correctly. And this is what I teach, obviously, in the mentorship program. But I'm giving you a sneak peek of the type of thing that any property investor should be doing. So the first one is in New South Wales. So check this out. Meriton is embarking on its first venture in the northwestern Sydney suburb of Carlingford, following the submission of a development application for 629 apartments within 6 buildings ranging from 10 to 12 stories. Okay, so normally, you know, newbie property investors would say, oh, fantastic, great investment opportunity, right? Wrong. This is huge supply, like 629 apartments. That stunts price growth. Okay, so let's go to Sydney. As you can see here, Carlingford is right here, real nice suburbs, right, next to Epping. But if you have an apartment right now anywhere near here, and you know this already, right, that's not going to increase in value. I don't care what the price disparity is between apartments and houses in Australia right now. Supply and demand trumps everything. Okay, so if you're being spruiked an apartment in and around Northmead, Epping, Eastwood, Carlingford, just don't do it. Okay, tip number 1. Second thing, this is in Victoria. Okay, so a design team has been appointed to deliver basically 400 million redevelopment of Warrnambool Base Hospital, the biggest rural health infrastructure project in Victoria. You know, they've been appointed to lead design work for the development. Construction will start mid-2023, so we're early into it, and expected to complete in 2026. Okay, so not many people know about this. The new 4-levels clinical tower will include a large emergency department, operating theaters, 22 inpatient beds, dedicated areas for pathology, medical imaging, dialysis, car park, blah, 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 blah. Healthcare economic driver for employment is the best, in my opinion, because healthcare professionals get paid a lot of money and it's very sustainable work. Okay, so this is Melbourne. Check out Warrnambool. This is where this project is happening. So I know Warrnambool's gone up a lot, but if I was a betting man, and of course there's far more that you should base your property investment decisions on just based on a 2-minute video on a project that's going on in the city. There's so many data factors to look at, but Warrnambool ain't going backwards. In fact, Warrnambool has outperformed Melbourne in the last 5 years, believe it or not. For anyone who says that you need to buy in Western Melbourne, that's where all the pockets are of affordability and most price improvement potential, you ain't know what you're doing. You got to look at where the action actually is. You got to look where the data shows strength. Okay, Warrnambool, great pocket. Next one, Queensland. So Fraser Property has submitted a development application for a 17-story apartment tower with 142 apartments and 10 townhouses. Blah, 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 blah. So once again, supply is a bad thing. Okay, infrastructure is a good thing, but only if it aids accessibility or employment. This just adds supply. So where is this? This is in Newstead. Once again, in Brisbane, inner city type suburb, fantastic suburb for houses, but they're just way too expensive, 3 million plus. There are literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of new apartments being built or have been built in recent times in Newstead, around Albion, towards Fortitude Valley. So if you're in Sydney or Melbourne and you're being spooked a $500,000-$600,000 apartment in this part of Brisbane, with a rental guarantee, and you're thinking, this is amazing, great depreciation benefits, rental guarantee, brand new apartment, Brisbane with the Olympics, what could go wrong? Everything will go wrong, my friend, because supply demand suggests that demand is okay here, but supply is going to far outweigh it, given this announcement and other announcements. Next one, SA. So MAB Corporation has been selected as the preferred proponent for the acquisition, remediation, development of a former gasworks site. The proposal includes, $500 million expenditure for the restoration of that gasworks site with a 120-room hotel, commercial and retail offer, including a piazza surrounded by cafes, restaurants, bars. Development includes huge commercial and retail space featuring employment hub that will achieve a 6-star green whatever, blah, 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 blah. It's great. This is not residential development. This is commercial. So it doesn't increase residential supply that much. Or if it does, it's only townhouses. So this is where it's at. Adelaide, you could have bought there with a blindfold on and you would have beaten Sydney and Melbourne prices in the last 12 to 18 months. Whoever says Adelaide doesn't grow doesn't know what they're doing. This is where this is happening, right? This is the gasworks that's been redeveloped. It's been closed. So, what's happening is that this is going to become a great employment entertainment hub with some townhouses going in, granted. But when townhouses go into an area, oftentimes detached houses, go up in value. So the opportunity, not for all investors, you have to be very specific, look at the data, see if it's right for your strategy. But if you can afford neutrally geared properties, slightly negative, this whole area where my cursor is here, alongside this area, we've done a lot of buying. I think we probably bought 20-30 houses in Taparoo over 6 months ago. These areas, Semaphore Park, Kilburn, Wingfield, these areas, if you buy a house, there's no looking back. There is no looking back because basically the Adelaide CBD is expanding and becoming more hip. It's about time that happens as well. So, if you can afford it, this whole area is just going to do tremendously. All right, guys. Well, hopefully that was useful. I went over why the election is going to be a positive regardless of who wins in May for the Australian property market. Both parties have ruled out negative gearing changes as well. Regions will grow. We know with immigration coming in the next 1, 2, 3 years, mostly that those immigrants will be incentivized to go to the regions, and they're pumping up, the pockets of regional home buyers. So the regions, I think, will continue to outperform capital cities, but I've also taken you through, Adelaide, where there's some great opportunity. I've warned you not to buy in select parts of Brisbane, select parts of Sydney, select parts of Melbourne. And I've also given you a free location, Warrnambool in Victoria, where it's not the best for everyone, and it may be a bit too late for some people's strategy, some people's risk appetite to buy there. But I can say it will continue to grow. None of this is financial advice, but backed with steep research. My name's PK. If you got value out of this, hit the subscribe button, turn notification bell on, give it a thumbs up. Links below if you want to sign up to basically your own learning, free of cost. My podcast, the Facebook group with more than 13,000 people, free education, build the real estate between your two ears. If you want to take it to the next level, Property Investment Accelerator mentorship program in the links below. I'm tired. Okay, best of luck, guys. Catch you later. Bye.